Cannabis. I believe it is a misunderstood plant. It is a multiple-purpose plant. But the truth is that when we hear the word cannabis, most of us have this image in our minds. Joints, marijuana, drugs, it's a bad thing. Over the past 5 to 6 years, we're in Greece discussing more vividly about cannabis. And I can tell you that although people know that there is also the pharmaceutical cannabis, everyone hears the term cannabis and they start grinning. Well, all in good measure, that's what our ancient Greeks said, so salt is good, but if you consume too much, it's harmful. So things need to be seen in good measure. And it's true that we are confused over the past years because we have 2 categories in mind when we hear the term cannabis. We have the narcotic substance, which is the pharmaceutical cannabis, as we call it here in Greece, that has more than 0.2% THC concentration, and we have industrial cannabis, the one with the THC content of less than 0.2%. And that's a product that is not narcotic. Those are the 2 different categories of products. To my point of view, the categorization should be different. First of all, we have the cannabis for industrial purposes. The hemp that has the low THC content is not considered to be a narcotic. You can see here the English terms because they will help us make the distinction between the pharmaceutical and the industrial cannabis. So, the first category is the hemp. Secondly, we also have cannabis as a pharmaceutical product. And we know that a pharmaceutical product is accompanied by clinical studies, long-standing research that accompanies it. It can be created in order to formulate a nasal spray or anything else, something that can be prescribed by your physician. You also have medicinal cannabis. This is a broader range. In that case, you can have THC content products or THC-free products. Some of them are medicine, some others not. We also have the 4th category, the CBD, the wellness cannabis. And we also have cannabis for recreational purposes. This is the narcotic substance. And okay, everything is clear in terms of its use. I have here some examples from the industrial cannabis. Depending on what we want to produce on the basis of this product, we have to choose the right plant. In the case of hemp, you need to choose some 4-meter high trees. When you want to obtain the seed, the plant is different. And when it comes to the wellness or the extraction part, we use the flower of the cannabis. And this means that the plants are shorter and they have blossoms. Now, when it comes to the industry, cannabis could be used extensively. We have loose wool. We have hemp as an insulation material. It is used by Volkswagen for acoustic damping in the doors. There is a huge market for this product, and one could enter this product if we had the right industrial cannabis production, but demand should come first prior to the supply. And the previous speaker talked about it. When it comes to pharmaceutical or medical cannabis, it uses the flower of the cannabis. They dry it out. And after that, this brings us to the processing part, where we make the right extraction in order to produce drops. And in the pharmaceutical industry, we might take a barrel of powder on the basis of which we are going to produce some medicinal products. And of course, the use and the processing process is different. Let me now address the issue of the legal framework here. We don't have now a more clear legal framework. I'm afraid that in Greece we might be advanced in terms of this aspect, but Greece is a small market and Europe is, or the world is our next goal, but let's start with Europe first. The Greek law is not clear. There are some grey zones. Excuse me, the European law has some grey zones, I apologize. And we don't know how we can enter this market because the legal landscape is yet unclear. Now, you can see here the world map. Canada has liberated the use of cannabis even for recreational use. In the United States of America, we see that there's a mixed situation that depends on the various states. And in Europe, as you can see, we have pharmaceutical cannabis that is being regulated and widely used, but yet it's difficult for the physicians to prescribe pharmaceutical cannabis to their patients. So we see that some small steps have been taken, but we're not yet where we would like to be. This is yesterday's publication I came across from Mr. Advenis was posted on Facebook. And he posted some photographs from Corinth. This is one of the most advanced pharmaceutical cannabis production units. It's Tikkun, an Israeli company. Of course, those premises are closed, they're very large. You can see Mr. Georgiadis in the premises where the plant will grow under the lamps, and you can see the processing part. It appears to be a pharmaceutical industry, literally. So those new units, and I hope that over the next 5 to 10 years we will have the opportunity to see more and more emerging. They will be pharmaceutical companies. They will have a GMP certification, and the mindset of the people who will work there will have to be the same with the mindset of the people working in the pure pharmaceutical industry. Now, let me say a few things about Canna Innov. It is a company that was established 4 years ago. It is a spin-off because we wanted to enter the pharmaceutical sector and cannabis in general. Last summer, we, along many more companies, received the license in order to move forward and build the closed culture unit. And if things turn out as planned, we hope that next January our plant will enter the construction phase. Apart from the culture aspect, which is one of the operations of this company, we also focus on the processing and manufacturing of cannabis-based products for therapy, for medicinal purposes, because this is the part that gives the highest added value. In collaboration with Cloud Farm, we're currently studying the possibility of producing OTC medicinal products and food supplements that are addressed for neuropathic pain and cachexia. And of course, we focus on the mucosal membranes that provide better absorption of the product. Sometimes I hear things such as the following: but there's no studies, there's no research, what does cannabis do? Do you smoke it? What are you doing? Actually, there are many studies that are underway all around the world. Novartis, Roche, and many other pharmaceutical companies carry out medical studies, and every medical product takes time. You will see over the next 5 to 10 years, we will see more and more products that will replace the currently available medicinal products. I believe that this is the future of pharmaceuticals. This is why I strongly believe that cannabis is a plant of high added value. We can process it in order to create innovative therapeutic products. Thank you for your attention.